look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I stayed. I'm a pretty boss with almost your brain waves. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got class. I'ma grab an ass if you want it. Best you ever had, give it to you fast. Ooh. Talk about quiet with a big mouth. Listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single date. If you got what I need, then oh, I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unfeel, key in ignition. Just keep me full like I had a meal once in a while. Feel alright. I know you like it, can't fight it. I might let you ride the wave. I'm New York and you're LA. Come together, feel the shock waves. every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Owlet Week 3. Technically, this was a game scheduled for day 1, but we're here on a Saturday. I'm Joe Razor, joined here by my beautiful co-commentator for today's match, Sai, and over in the production booth, running the stream, making sure everything's working well, we got Sam. So this is a match, however, in between Meow Legion and BBQ Dads. And I was just wondering what your thoughts on this upcoming matches.
I'm quite excited to see this because this is an interesting match. So far, we've seen, if you look at the standings, Barbecue Dad are not at a really optimal position right now, being at the lowest standing right now. But I think this is a match where you take a lot of the experience that you get. Meow Legion, obviously, they're performing pretty well. They're in the middle of the standing board right now. So I think playing against Meow Legion and seeing what you could do, especially with how volatile this meta is, a lot of things could be run right now. You could do a lot of different things and just try to find, getting to the groove, getting to the zone for Barbecue Dads, because the faster they do that, it's still at the very beginning. We're only in week 3. So, the faster you build up and ramp up, and gather all these experience against these better teams, I think this is a really good opportunity for Barbecue Dad. And for Meow Legion, I think if they keep up the same performance they have been doing for the past 2 weeks. I think this will be a game that could end quite shortly, but hey, you never know. Barbecue Dad could give them a run for their money.
Yeah, for sure. But if we take a quick look at like what the roster lineups are going to be looking for both sides, from Barbecue Dads on the tank line, we're going to have Hyper Knight and High Quality. Over on the DPS, we have Audacity and Zelesia. On the supports, though, we have Gerbert and Chin Note. And then over on Meow Legion side, we have a these names are kind of interesting, to be honest.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
UD, and it just repeats the DIUDI. Don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Fancy, as their counterpart on the tanks, we have FLWR and then FLWR twice. Two flowers on the DPS line. Over on the supports, we have Sleep and Raven SF. So, two rosters that we've seen compete a couple times this season. Getting ready to go battle on a meta that I thought was kind of grounded. I just recorded a VOD review basically saying why Monkey sucks, and then but all of a sudden Monkey's being like ran, and it's been done effectively. But who knows? The meta's kind of in flux, but we are getting ready to get into Lijiang Tower here, which is going to be our first map of the set.
Yeah, this should be quite interesting because, like we talked about, the meta is just so crazy at this point. We're seeing a lot of double bubble come in. Monkey Zarya is a very viable option, especially for control points right here, because the way you want to play it is just like play around the Zarya bubble and just use the Monkey Shield as much as possible. You want to negate all the damage and just brawl for these weird sides. You just kind of want to hold all the off angles, and it's kind of like a pseudo dive, but at the same time with some brawl aspect to it. So it's very interesting, but it really comes down to how teams really execute all these composition, because you could play all the comps you want, all the meta stuff, but the execution is not there. Then you really are not in an optimal position to make different take advantage of different positions right here. So if you could see, look at this, there's some really interesting stuff coming out from both teams. We're seeing a regular DPS lineup and some very diveable DPS, Genji and Doomfist.
Yeah, for sure. It appears my video on the Parsec is broken, but it appears the fight is breaking out.
Yep, the fight is definitely breaking out. We're seeing a lot of skirmishes happening, and first pick goes over to the Zarya, UDI, doing all the damage. And woo, this is a very messy fight, with one for the team of Meow Legions.
Yeah, they do manage to get the fight win and the first cap. As I am back in the feed.
Perfect.
Yeah, I see somebody's tagging on point though, trying to get the rotates to come on through. Flower on the Genji here versus Flower on the Doomfist. But on the point now, the dive in the back is going to come through. Audacity is going to get dropped. Trade comes through 1-for-1. The Zarya getting brought down fairly low though, but Fancy starting to turn this for his team. It's a 3-on-3 on point if I'm not mistaken. Make that 4-on-3 actually, as it looks like Meow Legion are starting to get the frags they need to hold on to the card. Not card.
Yeah, and now look at their ultimate economy. This is a really good one. You're looking at a Genji Blade coming out with a Nano on the line. So definitely expect a Nano Blade right here. Now, it all comes down to if Chino could build that Transcendence on time. Because if that Transcendence does not come online before this, the Nano Blade, this could be very devastating. Here it comes.
Yeah, Nano Blade comes on out. Manages to find one, but his counterpart Flower picks up 2 dash, comes back over to keep himself on. So yeah, they're going to hold on to point for even longer as Flower.
Yeah, it looks like they're literally trapped inside at this point, just trapped inside their spawn, and it's just not looking good right now for this team of Barbecue Dad, because they're burning ultimate. They have someone blind. They have to be controlled right now.
Yeah, but the hook comes through from Audacity on that duplicate to manage to bring him off the edge on the side room here. Hyper Knight's putting a lot of pressure on them. He's going in very deep, not able to find anything else other than that first kill while that's happening. His tank counterpart is finding the frag that Barbecue Dads need, and they do manage to flip over at 99%.
Yeah, this is looking really nice for this team right now. And, you know, if you're really paying attention, look at the ultimate economy from the side of Meow Legions. They do have a Graviton Surge coming out, and Chinnown has been holding on to this Transcendence for this very exact moment. So, if Chinnown actually lands these beautiful trans while the Graviton goes off, so I think they'll get a lot of value and could hold on to this point.
Yeah, but they don't even get the option to use that ultimate because the Shatter comes through, manages to pick up both supports, and that's going to be the fight enders, as this is starting to flip and snowball into the way of Barbecue Dads.
Yeah, and you know, if you really look at it, they're still holding on to both of those support ultimates, so this is really good for them because it wasn't really an expensive fight. You just use a Shatter, go from there, mind your own business. But if you're also looking at the side of Meow Legions, they're also building up some couple of key ultimates. We're looking at another Nano Blade combo right here, and last time we've seen it, that was super successful for the Meow Legions. So Barbecue Dad have to keep that in their minds coming to this next fight.
Yes, they're gonna go through the controller and their Graviton Surge gets thrown in, not be able to get either, which means they have to use the Transcendence there to keep the team up. Doomfist in the back as well, putting in a lot of pressure. The Nano is starting to fade, however. I think that was thrown over onto Audacity. Blades coming out from Flower, though. Nano, it appears it went onto the Zarya, not the Genji, and he manages to get absolutely nothing here. Nano Boost is inflicting a lot of pain, though, but he does go down, and Barbecue Dads are starting to put together a nice fight win here, as this is creating a lot of issues for Meow Legion.
That was not a optimal fight for Meow Legion right there. They wasted some very key ultimates and not on the right people. And this really manages, like, that Genji Blade literally had no impact because the Nano was not there. It could have been a mistimed Nano or something, but Nano and Zarya is not something you want to see. Now it's last fight territory. They barely have any ultimates to work with.
Yeah, but they do manage to find an opening pick, but instead I'd say that Audacity comes back in with two Wrecking Balls, trying to stall in the point for as long as possible. Don't know what he's going to be able to do, because his Wrecking Ball counterpart takes down two there with the pile drive. And it looks like it's going to be a classic 99 reverse sweep here on our first point of control, as Barbecue Dads will take it.
Wow. A lot of aggression coming out for Barbecue Dads. I think what really happened at the beginning, the opening was just not there, but once they found their foothold, once they found their right groove, once they got into the groove, I think it was just a matter of time before they take over the entire point, because in the entire time we're looking at Zayliza just holding on to that pulse bomb, doesn't even need to use it, just how aggressively they're playing, and Audacity being a great follow-up on the DPS lineup. I think this team definitely has a lot of synergy when it comes to that, especially understanding win conditions. So if they keep this up, I think, you know, Meow Legions have a pretty rough series in their hand. And now look at this, we're looking at a completely, very damage-focused team right here for both sides. We have both the Junkrats out with the Symmetra, so this is going to be a lot of damage in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, and they're going to use the TPs to clash right up here on the front. No kills yet, but the map control is being given over to Barbecue Dads. They're starting to move them back as the rotates have to come through, and then the spam allows them to take down the Flower, but this Flower is on the Junkrat, not the Symmetra, and then the counter comes in, the Sleep Dart's good, which means they can get a lot of damage on Fancy. Audacity is going to pick up a triple kill, and the cap will come through for Barbecue Dads, who on the stream, by the way, it's at 100% to Meow Legion. Only 80 channel points to Barbecue Dads.
Wow. That was, again, a very quick fight right there, and taking that, you're looking at all the ultimates. Barbecue Dads are building the ultimates quite fast too. Now look at this, already a Nano Boost. Now I'm wondering what the boost is going to go to. Hyper Knight is actually looking for a Shatter. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, the Nano Boost goes in, but the Junkrat picks up the Flower, pulls out the tire as well, looking to pick up the Reinhardt, it looked, but instead he manages to get his counterpart, as this is going to be a flip over off the back of some great Junkrat play.
Yeah, and two ultimates were invested pretty much right there for Barbecue Dads. So some really key ultimates right there, Shatter and Nano, as we've seen, getting literally no value. And now Meow Legions could literally hold this hallway with all the spam damage and all the protection they got. Fancy has a Shatter ready, so keep an eye on him, because this might be huge.
Yeah, Shatter gets thrown in, doesn't manage to find anything though, but the Junkrats do. The Nano Boost gets thrown on over. Simwell gets up to try to split the team in half, try to disperse some of the damage, but the players are still falling as this is looking good for Meow Legion.
Yeah, indeed. Like I talked about, they could just literally hold BBQ Dads in this little corner, spam away as much as they want. And with this composition, playing the Junkrat Symmetra, you know, you do have a lot of damage, but breaking through against the similar composition is very hard because other than your Reinhardt, you don't have a lot of cover to deal with. All this burst damage is walking your way. So you really have to just go for a good ultimate or something.
And that's a Graviton Surge is decent. It allows him to take off the Isolate Junker. I'm not sure why he was so far up and it cost him his life, as this is supposed to reset. It's very fast fights though, so Meow Legion are only up to 60%.
Yeah, 60%. The 60-30, not that bad, but still quite, you know, quite chaotic for all these teams. And look at this, the Lucio is playing so aggressive. Chincho almost getting taken out. If Chincho was redirected, that would have been another 10 seconds wasted off the board for BBQ Dad.
Yeah, as they're gonna have a quick pause. See we can get that sorted out here. But yeah, so good work here in this second point of Control Center. For the side of Meow Legion, they're currently up 80-30 for anybody just joining in. First point, though, did go to BBQ Dads, who, according to the chat, have a 0% chance of winning. One person picked them to win. But the channel point difference was over 15,000 to 80. So they're... I think it was MI Blizzard who said that BBQ Dads are going to win. And if they end up winning the series, they're going to manage to get a good chunk of cash. So
I think you have to understand. It really they didn't have the best of best of the games the last 2 weeks, and a lot could happen. Like you talked about, don't rule a team out just yet because it really comes down to how well they perform with how wildly the meta is shifting. So let's just keep that in mind because a lot of things are being run right now. People are still figuring out a lot of the synergies, a lot of the compositions. So I think at this time, right? I think people who are really comfortable with playing a character or just do very well in their comfort picks come out really strong here. Obviously we're seeing some repeated meta right here, like the Sunk Sim and Junkrat is just so strong in control points for Legion Tower, Control Center. So you were going to see these things repeat over and over time. But when it comes to more of a gameplay like we're talking about Hollywood or other game maps that have a lot of range, expect a lot of these comfort picks to show up. Expect a lot of Genji because he's been doing really good, and a lot of Brigitte. So I think really
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Teams need to stop playing Genji. It's just like Sigma. If you're playing Genji still, get off him, please. But we are managing to get back into the game now. Everything is sorted out. Now, fight's about to break out. They're going to start pushing up to the choke. His BBQ Dad's tire is going to be coming out from Flower. And he manages to get the kill before the sound barrier is able to deploy. We saw he jumped midair to deploy the sound barrier, which meant wasn't able to come through. And I don't know if anybody's going to be able to touch.
This is 96%. This has to be no. The Graviton Surge is right there to stop everyone. I don't think nobody could touch him just like that. BBQ Dad taking the first map, and this is very unexpected. We're talking about a lot of community support coming out for Meow Legion, and it's just BBQ Dad showing that they have it, what it takes. And I think that we might just have a very long series on our hand, Joe.
Yeah. So we're getting into the next map. You said the Genji. Currently are hovering a Genji. I think that's Oace, who's currently now on the Widowmaker. There are two flowers, but I think that flower is Oace. So, but yeah, he is currently hovering a lot of different heroes, but no Symmetra. Night Market is a place where you see the Symmetra TP allows you to get up into window. It looks like we will see it. I lied. Meow Legion are gonna win as they're gonna teleport, but then this is gonna go back to spawn to swap off, so we'll manage to take some good control of the point here. Early on. It unlocks in 15 seconds. Aggression coming in from Fancy, trying to see if he can get a quick little chip damage, try to build up his Earth Shatter, but on the side, Flowers picking up the first before getting traded here. Nice. A blink is gonna be here. He's just gonna run back to his team. They're not gonna commit to it. And it looks like Meow Legion with those 2 kills will manage to get first gap.
Interesting enough, we're seeing a Pharaoh being run here without a Mercy, and just to say that Shinto does swap to it. So running a Pharaoh, you know, without a Mercy is not really reliable because you have double hit scans from the, well, not double hit scan, a soldier is still quite a threat, and looks like we will be seeing a swap coming out, and Zayler is on that trade list. So this is going, even though Pharaoh might be really good right here, I just think it's not a really reliable pick, especially in clutch moments, and this is where things get really dicey when they have to push in together into this buttload of damage that, you know, Meow Legions are throwing out at them.
Yeah, but you saw Flower try to take an off angle behind them on the high ground, but he ends up going down there. Stunned out with the Shatter is Fancy, but then the counter Shatter comes through from Hyper Knight. He doesn't get stunned by the flashbang, so he's able to drop it and pick up the kills they need for BBQ Devs to flip over the point.
And just like that, we see another flip, and this is just more so a pattern being repeated over and over. It looks like BBQ Dad give up the point at very beginning and then eventually take it over with just sheer either aggression or just ultimate economy, and now they're just looking to hold, and this is where they really excel. I feel like they want to take these, you know, holding potential right here.
Yes, the Soundbearer is going to come on through as they're going to try to engage off the back of it. Gravitic Flux is going to be decent, picks up both tanks, and does find 2 kills. And this is going to mean that Meow Legion will just be able to cut back to the point and flip it over.
Yeah, wait, this is pretty much almost...
Wait, he killed the mech with his kinetic grasp. He killed the mech twice.
Very interesting. You know, it's Overwatch. A lot of things happen, and you know, just like that, we see another point swap from the side of, you know, Meow Legion. The difference is not that bad. You see 38 to 60. That's definitely, you know, something that revertible. But now we're looking at a Hanzo pick from Zaylia. A lot of hero circles coming out from the side of BBQ Dad.
Yeah, they already have a 2-player advantage with them, so they will just get the flip over once they can get these remaining kills.
I think this should be a very, you know, easy flip right here. You know, Soldier Ultimate being invested from the side of Meow Legion, interesting even when you have 2 people down. And now look at this ultimate economy building over again for the side of BBQ Dad. You have 2 ultimates. You have the Nano Boost and the, you know, High Noon. So expect some. Maybe we'll see a, you know, maybe we'll see a Nano High Noon. Who knows? Sometimes you can see it, and that's an easy lock on, super fast.
Yeah, but Fancy, something he has is the Surge Shatter. He's gonna go around the corner. Nano Boost's gonna be the point onto him. Shatter's not gonna hit anybody. High Noon's gonna come out. Does manage to get one before getting traded out. And now, all of a sudden, Meow Legion 1-player advantage. Fancy in an inoptimal location. Soundbearer is gonna get dropped. High Noon comes out, picks up 2 kills. Flip's gonna come through as we're in last fight territory.
Yeah, and this is not looking well for BBQ Dad because they actually invested both their support ultimates right there. So that was a fight that should have been won by them, and it's just, you know, a lot of positioning errors came in there. I think Flower did a beautiful job of taking advantage of Fancy and Hyper Knight being knocked out. And look, now we're seeing a hammer swap from Hyper Knight just to make it to the point to get his presence.
Yeah, and they're finding some kills. BBQ Dads as they have the player advantage, but the aggressive Reinhardt play comes on through with the help of that Soundbearer to go aggressive, but the default from high quality is gonna try to make this a bit more doable. But the players are now all falling, and Meow Legion, BBQ Dad put up a good fight, but that board's gonna go their way.
Yeah, I think, you know, it really comes out where you really have to look at this team in a position where it seemed really well at when they first start, but it's just when it comes to holding down the point, I think a lot of communication is just not there. That Ryan move right there, a lot of the times we're not just seeing the needed player focus from the side of BBQ Dad. I think that's what's really lacking right here. I think that's what's really lacking right here, and a lot of the times you need to have a lot of player focus right here. Like you need to focus down these key players like McCree and all the soldier. You're saying you can't let them really breathe and take over all this space, because if you let them do that, they'll just shoot away, build ultimates, and then keep using them over and over and over again. And it's hard to do it when you have a Ryan blocking or Zarya bubbling, all this stuff. But when it comes to really, it comes down to you have to go in, do this really suit or dive and just kill them and get out as quickly as possible. A lot of teams are looking for, to brawl as much, brawl it out and everything. But I think just like, if you're barbecue dad, you generally see that Meow Legions are better than you when it comes to brawl. So you have to try something else. You have to give something else a try. Maybe play your comfort pixie here, if anything.
Yeah, as we are currently awaiting a map selection, we're going to be heading over to Escort, if I'm not mistaken. The maps inside of Escort that are available are Rialto, Route 66, and Gibraltar. So 3 maps that play kind of differently. Rialto's your kind of brawl and double shield map when that was a thing. Route 66 is kind of is somewhat dive. Dive is something you'll see a bit, but kind of the Wrecking Ball Diva is very prevalent on that map. And then kind of the same going over to Gibraltar, but you can see a bit of Winston as well. So 3 different maps that we could see 3 different compositions depending on the map, as it is going to be Rialto. So that's where we are going to be heading for our second map of the set.
Yeah, I think, at that point, you have to understand there's a lot of Rialto is a map where, you could play around with a lot of long line of sight. So snipers, maybe not Widow, but having a Hanzo really pays off right there. I think the difference with Hanzo is like, you have a lot of shield break potential, and then your ultimate is just really big with how viable Zarya is right now. So if those changes could come through, if you want to play, if you want to play Rialto and take advantage of the long range, the long line of sight, I think running Hanzo will be a absolutely fantastic choice right here for DPS. And you could pair it with so many things. You could go Echo, you could go, even go McCree. I think there's a lot of choice when it comes to Rialto. It's actually one of my favorite maps to watch because of how diverse it can be in different situations.
Yeah, 100%. As well, it's one of my favorite maps to watch. I really do love some good Rialto gameplay. There's a lot of memorable moments on it from the Overwatch League, and some games I've casted as some of the more exciting moments. I would
definitely
assume that Meow Legion would choose defense, but they may choose attack. I think they chose attack, actually. So, interesting selection there. Waiting on the ready from both sides, and then we will be getting into our second map.
And I think Barbecue Dad definitely showed a glimpse of hope for us when it came to last match right there. It really goes down to, like we talked about, the control center looked, Legion Tower looked really strong for them. And, control, it's like they have what they need, but the focus is just not there. Meow Legion, on the other hand, feels like the DPS players are doing absolutely fantastic, focusing down a lot of things. And support players are getting the ultimates off in, more frequently. So when it comes to really building your ultimate charge and ultimate economy, I think Meow Legions are really, really good at doing that. But when it comes to Barbecue Dad, they have the synergy, but just not the player focus. I think if the target focus comes back and they could really take advantage of all these mispositioned DPS players and support players, this could go really, really well for Barbecue Dads.
Yeah, for sure. As we can be heading over the beautiful country of Italy, where we are getting ready to see a bloody massacre unfold. Widowmaker currently for a newbie who has subbed in on the DPS line for, I think, the side of Meow Legion. So, interesting substitution. Wondering what he's going to be able to bring here.
That's the side of barbecue dad. So
Barbecue Dad. That's what I meant.
yeah, very interesting. So like I talked about, this is a map where you could take a lot of advantage of the, all the high long line of sight and whatnot. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how this goes right here, because running this Widow and Reaper is like you're playing the game of being up close and taking the fights up alongside.
Yeah, they do try to crash in, and they manage to get one kill there. And it's currently a 2-for-2 trade now, but on the aggression is going to be Barbecue Dads. With that, they have the spawner's advantage, so they are going to try to utilize that to their fullest. They have a bit more range as well with the help of the Widowmaker, so they can force them into an unfavorable position. But as soon as I say that, Meow Legion are going to be the ones with the kills there. Hook comes through, Audacity taken down by the anti-nade.
Yeah, interesting enough. Yeah, look at all the. This is a very, very interesting fight. A lot of stuns being thrown out, but not really focus. The amount of focus you want to see from Meow Legion.
Yeah, but oh no! Flower walks off the edge there, takes his own life by accident after killing one player, and I'm not going to say it cost them, but Barbecue Dads are going to capitalize on that mistake. But as soon as I say that, they're going to answer back. Flower does manage to take down Nubia's Widowmaker counterpart there. Cart's going to be moving forward here towards the end of first point. It's really only Fancy on his lone stun. His respawns are starting to come back through. Nanobu's going to be thrown on into Fancy, try to keep him up. The Shadow gets dropped from Hyper. Does not do a ton of work, but those cause a bit of issues. As this is looking like Meow Legion are set up well to cap. I mean, Barbecue Dads, excuse me, are set up well to cap the first point.
Yeah, I think the really key matchup right here is looking at how McNubi and Flower are getting all the value from this Widowmaker, because it's been a really back and forth fight so far, and whichever DPS gets the opening just like Flower did will benefit their own team.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick reset here, as Meow Legion did manage to flip it back in their favorite hold.
Yeah, but look at the ultimate economy, though, Joe. I think Barbecue Dad are coming back to this fight all stacked right now. They have a Flux ready, Gravitic Flux ready. They have the Reaper ultimate, and they have, a beat just in case things go wrong. So I think this is a fight where we're expecting Barbecue Dad to win, and they want to win it with only using 2 ultimates as quickly as possible.
Yes, they, Gravitic Flux, excuse me, going to be thrown on in. Going to hit a couple people. Sound barrier there's to counter it, so no. Yes, they're going to be at the fault of the Audacity. Dodges the hook there with his Wraith Form. Graviton Surge going to get thrown in, but the other sound barrier comes through to keep everybody up, and the opening pit sleep taken down there. UD seemed to follow, and this is, I said this before, but Barbecue Dad's looking good at cap first.
Yeah, and I really have to mention Audacity's discipline right there. When you see a very big Graviton Surge come out, you're tempted to hit that Q, just blow everything. You are tempting to hit that Q and blow everybody up with your ultimate, but Audacity really held back on his ultimate, not wasting, I talked about it. The general rule of thumb is using only 2 ultimates at a time, and they stuck to it. They used the Gravitic Flux, and they use a Graviton Surge to clean off the fight. And now we're looking at Audacity with, a Death Blossom for next fight that's coming up. But, I think, this first cap was a bit late, and it was a little discombobulated. Oh,
Discombobulated?
There you go. Oh, I can't even say that. I'm not gonna even try the word anymore. Okay. And I think it really comes down to Anime Legion, how they could do it. And it's, you have the ultimates right there. You have, you have the soldier ultimate, you have wall hacks, and Fancy also has a whole hog just in case things go wrong. But it feels like so far the games have been a tug of war of ultimate economy. Whichever team has the ultimate economy seems to be doing much better and winning these fights. And if this keeps going on, then this is not going to really favor out for the attacking team, because you have to understand, as you get closer and closer to the golden box of victory, right? The defending team spawns much faster. They'll be able to retaliate as quickly as possible and build up more ultimate over time. And you don't want to be in that position. So I think Barbecue Dad, they have a good start here. They need to snowball this lead as much as possible and just go on from there. Use those keep building out those ultimates faster than how Meow Legion is doing, and that way you could just keep pressing them and then pushing them out their comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. As we are still awaiting the players to get all ready. I uh, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say why, but they already said it in the Twitch chat. They're gonna call a pause for bathroom break. You know how it is. I think I think we're gonna go to a quick break though, as we hope to get everything sorted. As Fancy has just left the lobby, so hopefully we can get everything fixed out here. But we will be right back. We have a couple swaps, so Fancy moving over onto the Winston, and we see Sleep going over onto a Mercy.
This should be interesting because, like, I think Mercy is just a really good pick right here. You have the damage booster Widow to, like, you know, back your Widow up, and with Soldier, you know, it's not a bad thing to run the Mercy right here. I think, you know, Soldier, you have the Nano, you have the damage boost, so it's looking really good. But I think the key player right now to keep an eye on is Audacity.
Yes, the kills though, with the help of the Death Blossom, are just going the way of BBQ Dads. Picks up 2 kills, and this is going to be a reset for the defense.
Yeah, and this is what exactly I was talking about it before we went to the break. And for BBQ Dads, they have the lead. You know, a lot of the times we see them take the lead or get in a good position, have an advantage, and they just need to know how to snowball that advantage as quickly as possible. And that's how you do it. You use one ability, shut the team down as quickly as possible, and now you have three more ultimates on your way that you can use and help yourself to keep yourself afloated in this next fight.
Yeah, Nano Boosted Tracer is what we're going to see, putting a lot of damage into the back line, but the tank line is going to be the one putting in the work as BBQ Dad. They're putting together a decent attack here. So they'll have 330 to cap up the rest of third.
Very interesting. Meow Legions were just so eager to attack right there, delete the players of, you know, players from the side of BBQ Dad, that they left their support line behind, and that's what really happened. You know, we saw Hyper Knight and Dusty just chase down the support line, and once your healing is gone, you lose the team fight, no matter how many people you have on the field. And you know, at this point, BBQ Dad are in a very good position with this Gravitic Flux online for this next fight.
Yeah, Gravitic Flux is there, but the pick's going to come through on Sleep, who has just switched over to the more meta pick of the Brigitte. So, through from the fray, Flower on the Tracer, been putting a lot of good work. Does manage to take down the tanks, but gets traded out. On the Flank now is the Tracer. McNewbie trying to do something of him. Gravitic Flux doesn't do a lot of work. Gets a bit of chip damage but no kills. Cart still marching forward though as we're entering this last very brawly section of the map. And McNewbie manages to take down Flower, winning the Widow 1v1 for another time. They're doing it very well so far this time. The engage is coming through. Yudi take it down before they can get off that Graviton Surge. So, no, that was a really impactful ultimate that won't be on the board for them now as we're entering a very tough last part here.
Yeah, and look at this. Hyper Knight has a shatter ready, and Chin Note, if anything goes wrong, it has the beat online. They have to go in right now.
Yeah, they did have a Brigitte there to touch. Graviton Surge gets thrown in, but the team is falling. It's just there for a consolation prize as with 155, BBQ Tads manages to finish Rialto.
Wow. Now that is, see, this is what I call an attack. I think this time BBQ Dads, they had a better understanding of target focusing. They knew who to go after. I think targeting the support line, it was a great idea, and this is how you want to play and how you want to really just move forward and snowball your lead. Because getting leads in Overwatch is, you have a lot of leads, a lot of, advantage positions, but it's all about which team could really push the lead and just snowball them as hard as they can. And that has been really the story for BBQ Dad in this map so far. Rialto attack has looked phenomenal. Now let's see if they could really just mimic that same playstyle and that same energy to this defense, because obviously Meow Legions are a capable team, more than enough capable team to just go on, roll them as quickly as possible in the attack. We've seen them do it a couple of times.
Yeah, as coming into our second round here of Rialto, we're gonna see a Soldier Tracer. We've seen Soldier come out a couple of times in this map. On the other side though, the defense, well, the comp that we know we will see is going to be a Soldier McCree with a Ryan Sigma Brawl. I don't like the Sigma pick, but they're going to try to prove me wrong.
But on the other side, we're looking at a interesting Sigma Zarya. So now, obviously, this this composition for the Soldier and McCree is going to dish out a lot of spam damage. So be ready for Fancy's shield to break as quickly, within a matter of seconds.
Yeah, as the flash bang kill comes in from McNewbie, managing to get an opening kill there onto the Tracer. They're stuck in this small room, is Meow Legion, but they're managing to pump a lot of damage here onto Hyper, who is gonna skirt on out and stay alive for now, but the card's still gonna be making progress. Flower switch over to Doomfist now as he's gonna be coming back from his spawn room. Soft reset here, but the engagement will be coming through. Two players here taking this off angle. Flower's gonna try to engage onto the backline. Reinhardt really the only one playing on the cart like you would expect. He gets hit with an anti-nade though, and a lot of pressure being put onto him. A good counter anti-nade though. Purples up a lot of people, allows them to take down Sweet very as like the first real pick in this fight, and then the reset looks like it has to come through for him.
Yeah, but there is some skirmishes going on right now. Getting that Audacity pick might have been a good time to go in, but look at this ultimate economy again from BBQ Dad. They have just so many ultimates on board. They could easily take this fight and stall this, Meow Legions even more in this next scene. Oh.
Yeah, but Hyper gets changed, stunned, and removed. Gravitic Flux gets thrown in. Heining's there to try to capitalize off of it, but not able to find anything. Just buys himself a bit of space. You see the nano boosted visor comes in, only gets one and kills himself. Flower kind of control himself there. The Graviton Surge comes through from Fancy, manages to get one. Yudi trying to clutch up, however. So this is not unwinnable here for Meow Legion, as there will be a recontest though from BBQ.
Yeah, but not a lot of ultimates are kind of stripped away. But look at this! Wow, UDI using that whole hog. Yeah, using the whole hog perfectly and getting the kill on Hyper Knight. And this is not looking good. This is not looking good. UDI going absolutely insane right here on the bridge. And now this team of BBQ Dad, they have to retreat as quickly as possible. They don't want to get straggled off or get picked late right here, because this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, this is going to be a full-on reset now for the defense, as they could get a couple kills, but not much going for them.
Yeah, and I still think BBQ Dad are in a very good very good position right now. They still have the 2 ultimates you need. Hyper Knight has the Shatter, and Gerber has the Nano Boost. So those are some really key ultimates that could change the team fight within seconds. So keep an eye on them, because on the other side, other than Flowers Doomfist building out that Meteor Strike, we're not seeing anything else from Meow Legions.
Yeah, Earth Shatter gets dropped, doesn't get anything. The Meteor Strike is there. He's searching for a target. It's not going to get anything. Nice leap start, though, and they do manage to get him down there. Trade comes through, however, Nano Boost onto Hyper buys the team a bit of space. Resurrect comes through, so not the 5v6 in favor of the defending side as they're moving back now. Good anti.
Yeah, they have to retreat. Yeah, this Gerber's antis have been absolutely phenomenal so far. And look at that. Oh, no, Hyper Knight. You don't want to be in there.
Yeah, he manages to stay alive for a bit, but then Flower swoops on in, gets him down. And Meow Legion are looking good here. We see the Gravitic Flux getting a bit of damage. Fancy might go down to the McCree here. He's going to be able to drop down to his supports, however. The McCree's on the high ground, and so is Yuji, not able to have the hook online to take him down, however. Card's moving forward to where the staircase is very hard to push. Hook comes through. McNewbie goes down, and the rest of the team is soon to follow, and with these 3 kills, this will be a 2nd point gap.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams are extremely aggressive. Like, we're not seeing any proper reset. Like, the last 2 fights there has not been a proper reset at all. They just, going at each other left and right, getting those straggling kills. And I think it's a good way to burn time, but not the way you'd really want to. I think for BBQ Dad, you want to hold them off and sustain their blows as much as possible, rather than just trying to overextend all the time and getting kills. And look at that, another overextend coming out from Clutch Caliber, almost getting taken down.
Yeah, does not, however. We see a switch over to Oresa, so double shield. I guess is what we're going to see. Hook comes through, though. Audacity taken down. That's around the 3rd fight in a row where Audacity's been the first victim. Ultimate Economy is in favor of the attacking side, and they're looking to display and force their will upon BBQ Dad's. Flux is going to come through. It's going to lift a couple of people. Accretion's going to miss, but it's just going to be a bit of damage. And McDoobie's the one who's going to fall. Flower with a nice off angle, putting in a lot of pressure. Beauty with the Toll Hogs, moving everybody back, buying space for his team. And now the Accretion into the Fortify. Beautiful sight to see, as this is going to be just a stall coming out for the defense, and it might be impossible to hold or even touch.
Yeah, because like, look at this. Even if they manage to touch right here, they have to hold for a very long time. And again, I don't think anybody will touch. Oh no, Hyper Knight does manage to get a quick little touch right there.
Yeah, they're stalling for a bit. They do manage to get 1 kill there. With the death pulse, we got 2 Audacity. They're getting the kills, and if he could get 1 more, they may be able to affirm the hold, but they're going to start committing the ultimates that they might need, as the Doomfist, the backline's causing issues. So Raven's going to fall down, but Flower's trying to put his team on the back in a situation that may be lost on a lot of players alive here, but Flower is not going down. The other Flower as well, there will combine for a total of, I think that was a 5K so far in this fight. They're going to be looking for the 6th. As
yeah,
this
the stall is still happening. Look at this. They might just beat the time bank.
They did. Yeah, they for sure beat the time bank. Now they're really trying to hold. It's not an impossible feat to do, and they look like they just have forced a reset. That is incredible.
That absolutely is. And look at this. Meow Legions have actually invested quite a lot of ultimates in just trying to get that cart right there. Nano Boost also admitted this is looking pretty well from the side of BBQ Dads right now. I think Clutch Caliber definitely lived up to his name, bringing out the Winston, and just clutching right there. But you have to give it up to the DPS first right there. To Audacity and McNewbie did an absolutely brilliant job of just deleting the healers from the side of Meow Legion. Now look at this. They're just waiting around the side. They want them to push in. They want them to be positioned so they can take advantage and delete players left and right again.
Yeah, 60 seconds remaining. You hear Athena over the mysterious speaker say this, as in a weird spot is Hyper Knight. He barely manages to get out alive for now, but Raven gets taken down by a great dive in the backline, but Flowers picking up the kills. But one man cannot carry this entire team. He's been putting a lot of work here on this between the ending parts of Rialto, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. 30 seconds left on the clock.
This is definitely doable for BBQ Dads, Joe. This is definitely doable. Look at this. The kills are coming out, but Audacity lands a beautiful bomb.
Yeah, I have no idea who's going to come out on top of this. This is desperation mode for Meow Legion. Nearly capped with 3 minutes down there in a position where they may not get the cap at all. Flower is doing so much work here. He is really trying to put the team here on his back. He I think he might, yeah, he actually has a flooded deadlift currently, which is something crazy as the kills finally come in. And they will manage to cap the thing after they take down the Wrecking Ball. And with Flower popping off here, the flooded deadlift is no more, but yeah, the cap does come through. Barely.
Wow. Barely, but I still think, you know, BBQ Dads did a beautiful job holding out for as long as they did right there. It really has to come down to a lot of positional mistakes. I think teams, when it comes to a team like Meow Legion, you have to expect these desperation stall characters when you push in like that. The characters like Doomfist, you know, Winston, they're going to come out, and you can't just really, you know, you have to position yourself very quickly and adapt to that situation. I think that's what really happened. They, you know, Meow Legion saw that there was a Doomfist. They still stayed close to the walls, you know, kind of gave into that. But then again, when you're in that desperation moment, when it's the last seconds, it's kind of hard to take that all in and just play it by to it. So don't really blame them at all. But look at this now. Meow Legion's only having a minute compared to the 2 minutes and 54 seconds for BBQ Dads. I think that's a great number to look at. If you're BBQ Dads, you're happy, and they're going for a very interesting hold right here. We're going to see more of this May brawl coming out here, and this should be interesting because look at from the other side. We're seeing a Genji, you know, we're seeing more so like a Roadhog. So if they get separated by the May wall, like McNoobie gets a good wall right here and separates the team, this is pretty much over. They will have to reset immediately.
60 seconds.
Yeah, can burn a bit of time off. If they can manage to get it work, they're gonna try to rush in, but the hook and the hook and the flashbang, not the hook and the accretion, excuse me, is making this hold a bit hard, and it's costing BBQ Dads a couple of player trades does come through. This is 1-for-1 backing off now as BBQ Dads again she picked for Flower. I don't think this is a play, especially running into this throw comp, but see what he's able to do with it here. As the kill may not be on the back of the Genji, but they are gonna be happening as Meow Legion are gonna manage to move around the first of many corners they need.
Yeah, very interesting hold right there. I think, you know, holding this that aggressively early on is a good way to burn time, but it's also quite risky when you don't have a lot of damage output. You have to understand, running the May, you're losing a lot of damage, a lot of burst damage from the side, you know, your DPS. But then again, now this is, you know, because of the early pick right there, the early hold, they are going into overtime and not a lot of things to work with. And remember, Flower's Genji had to use a blade right there, so they don't have any big ultimates walking into this, where we're seeing a McNoobie holding on to the Blizzard. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, Gravitic Flux is going to come through. It's going to put a couple players. The Blizzard's going to be thrown down below. And it's a really great usage there. And the kills are all going the way of the defense. They saved up the ults. And then they find the kills they need. A desperation hold hog from UD, but it's going to be for naught. This is going to be a good hold here for BBQ Dads as they are in a decent spot to take Rialto.
Yeah, I think BBQ Dad just playing this smart at this point, understanding their advantages again. Your opposing team only has a minute. You could hold early. Like I said, it is kind of risky because you are running the May. You don't have a lot of damage, but it's okay because McNoobie was able to build their ultimate just off of those skirmishes early on. So from there, you go on, you know, just use your Gravitic Flux to pull everybody out, bait out the Lamp Immortality Field from the side of Meow Legions, and then just throw in the Blizzard. Like, that is really just the, amazing finish you need, the cherry on the top, to call it a day, because at that point the team already won. BBQ Dad literally just secured their victory, and now it really comes down to how well they're going to attack. I think they should expect something similar from the side of Meow Legions, maybe not as aggressively, but with this with this Echo and McCree pick we're gonna see a lot of focus on shield breaking and playing the distance game, because Echo is super good at just bursting people down and using the mobility to really make sure everybody is getting all the peeling they need.
Yeah, as we are getting ready here for our final round, excuse me, of Rialto. Second map in the series. Meow Legion looking to hold. BBQ Dad looking to get a map in a series they were expected to get 3-0'd in.
Yeah, because this is a big statement coming out from BBQ Dads, I think. Playing in the caliber they are right now, it just really shows that how effective these teams can be in the certain, right meta at the right time. And just to say that, Flower is just immaculate with that pick.
Yeah, Flower goes on a bit of a flank. As he's running along the back, takes down both DPS players. The gold strategy of the flanking McCree is working out. 3 kills going the way of Meow Legion. This is going to force a reset. 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that was a very interesting play from the side. I think Flower's flank was something that maybe wasn't called out, because I think it should have been called out as soon as they got spotted, because that has been a key player for Meow Legions. You want to definitely keep an eye out. Also, make sure keep an eye out how Meow Legions are really approaching these fights. Their first priority is taking off Audacity off the field as quickly as possible, because Audacity has been putting a lot of value and a lot of pressure for the BBQ Dads. So as long as Audacity could stay alive and actually build up their ultimates right here, get some picks, I think this will be pretty good for BBQ Dads.
Yeah, they're gonna go around to this side room, the sidewalk, excuse me, push. It's gonna come through onto the Sigma. A lot of early damage comes through. Flux is there. Beautiful accretion though, takes him out of the sky. But the players are still falling low, and they will start to die, as this is looking like another hold is gonna come through for Meow Legion.
Yeah, this is just it really comes down to a lot of damage being dealt, and McNewbie definitely contributing to the damage game. Getting a kill on Sleep, deleting the opposing Mercy, this is a lot of pressure on Meow Legions right now. They have to, they have to wait for the opposing Mercy, but at the same time make sure they're in position. But the cart has a long way to come, so they do have some time to regroup and recontest.
Yeah, and they have come back together as a team. Flowers on this bit of a flank there. Flip is going to be coming through. The Orisa falling very low, and the kills are now going the way of Meow Legion. So they have to hold basically first point for 2.5 minutes. Now there's only 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left, and both sides have 3 ultimates to work with. Now it really is going to come down to who lands what and how valuable they are. Audacity hasn't been popping off this round as much as we've seen him do previously. So going to this, landing this Dragon Strike will be everything.
Yeah, and they're gonna come out.
Oh!
3! You were talking about the Dragon Strike, but it's gonna be the Haidu that comes in clutch. The Resurrect is there. 2 trade kills, and Flowers trying to hold this. Oh my word, it's so back and forth. It was looking phenomenal for BBQ Dads, but Flowers gonna try to turn the Flux is there. It's a 2-on-2 court. Who is gonna win this here? Dragon Strike. It's gonna come through, and it's gonna put in a lot of damage. Jumps them off the cart. Mines are gonna get thrown on in. The duplicated mine, zoning them off. They need to make sure that they stay on the cart to make sure overtime doesn't fade away. Kill comes in for the defense, though, but the trade is immediately there. No Resurrect for Sleep, as he is now dead out of the fight. Hyper is falling low, as the kill's gonna come through for Flower. They're being pushed on back, but the trades are still there. McNewbie finds one of the DPS to try to clutch this up, but the Flowers are doing so, and it looks like Meow Legion, with all was lost, may be able to do this. But if McNewbie has anything to say about it, they're going to still begin this. Yes, he has picked up 3 kills now, but the monkey is falling low. Duplicate's not going to be used on it. They're just going to take him down. And Meow Legion, I think they may be able to hold this side.
Oh Lord, that was such a desperation moment from the side of BBQ Dads. They played it so well, focusing. I think McNewbie was really the star of that push right there, getting the three-piece and then coming back as Tracer and deleting both of the support. So it was just really good, single talent we've seen from these players. Just the team push is just not there, and you can't really blame them, because this is an overtime. They have to stay in this overtime position on the card. So I think it really just depends on how the teams are playing together. And it's like, we see BBQ Dads, right? They have the potential. They know what to do. The talent for the individual talent is there. It's just it just feels like something is missing. The key element is just missing. The coordination sometimes feels really off. But other than that, I think Barbecue Dads have some really talented players that have the pop out potential, the clutch potential. Once that synergy builds up and that connection, the communication comes in, I think these guys will be a really good team. But we can't forget Meow Legions. They just won 2 maps in a row, and you have to give it to them. Their DPS lineup is absolutely ridiculous. Like, they are providing so much value for the team in the most needed scenarios.
Yeah, they are putting in a lot of work there. We are now waiting on the map pick here. I think because of the fact that the first 2 maps are over, we're going to be going to a quick halftime break, I guess we're going to call it. Once again, I am Joe Razor, joined here by Sai, and we will be right back.
your people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I stayed. I'm a pretty boss with almost your brain waves. I'm a freak in the sheets.
Either very well, very quickly, or just super bad for both, barbecue dad.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. As we will see some interesting comps. Reinhardt, Sigma on the defense, on the attack, though. We're going to see the kind of the Washington Justice comp. Something that I didn't think we would really see again, but they will be bringing out here, see what they're able to do with it.
Interesting. Another, Genji pick. I think the Genji is really favored right here, and exactly why. We could see that right there.
Yeah, they get immediately res though, so the picks are negated, but the resurrect will be available in the fight. McNewbie with a great shot there. Manages to take down Flower. Like I just said, no resurrect. The anti-nade is good, but they're too far away and don't have the range to follow up on as they are just waiting for the respawn.
Oh, now we're looking at a completely full dive composition, at least for the DPS from the side of Meow Legions, both Genji and Doomfist. So this is going to be a lot of pressure, at least from the DPS.
Yeah, the hook is good, though. Takes down McDoobie very early on. For the DPS, have a chance to get into the fight, even. As one of them's going to fall very early. The other one manages to get the melee kill and take him down. Make that second melee kill. Yeah, as they are starting to put in the work here, as the point will be going over to Meow Legion.
Yeah, this is pretty much a 1 point for Meow Legions, and it was quite fast. Didn't take that time, and I like the changes that Meow Legions are making. I think they're super agile and they're really flexible, because swapping out realizing that all that BBQ are going to do is post up there and hold that position and shoot spam damage. I think taking that Doomfist was a great idea, because it's a closed environment. You could easily burst people down quickly and just delete them off the map.
Yeah, well, it's gonna come on through. Nano boost the Blade on top of that Flux is there to try to chunk him down, but not able to do so, as the Blade finds one. As the trade comes through and there's a Resurrect, was thought impossible, but they're gonna start to push them back towards their spawn. That's when the reset comes in.
This is a completely different Meow Legion we've seen. Very aggressive, and this is just not fair at this point. Literally, both DPS at their spawn rotating around their entire backline, and this is when you need to stop chasing the DPS and go for the team. They're missing 2 people. Take advantage of that. Go for that 4v6 and try to at least get the team off of the card.
Yeah, BBQ Dads gonna try to engage in this, and they give themselves a 5v6 with that opening pick. Graviton Surge is on Yugi, however, is looking to commit it, but the Shatter's gonna be the first ultimate committed in this fight. After they're already up with Sleep, manages to kill Audacity and then find a Resurrect immediately after, but it's not gonna really matter as the rest of the team is falling around him.
Yeah, very, very interesting. I think it was a choice for the DPS. As you can see, Flower with the Soldier is still at the back line, just like crouching around. But in this time, I don't know why the Graviton Surge was actually committed right there. You have nobody to follow up. That was a bit of a meme throw right there. But now that you're seeing, they're still in a 5v6 situation, because Flower's Soldier is all the way at the back. I'm not really sure what the game plan is for Meow Legions right now, but I don't know if this gonna work out, Joe.
Yes, they're fighting over this high ground there, and it's really hard to do so when you have a when you have a Roadhog and a Bastion. Resurrect is available though, so they do end up giving themselves a 1-player advantage. Bit of there's 1v1 just happening all over the place, as they're gonna manage to section off Flower, take him down, sleep with around his I think that's his second or third final blow of the map, as they are just getting forced back, as this Bastion pick hasn't really done much, but they are managing to get kills. Maybe all over the place, but they will be able to work their way towards the end of second point.
Yeah, this is a very, very interesting way of attacking right here. I still think, Flower sitting in the back actually worked out at the end, if you guys didn't realize. And look at this, another scrappy fight coming along.
Yeah, and Flower picks up 3. Oh my word, he just sets up on the sidelines. He goes for a pivot off angle and then gets the 3, make that a 4th, as the Xbox is committed. I don't think that was a great play, but a 5k in the fight there for Flower.
You talked about Joe. You don't know about the Bastion. I think Flower definitely answered you back. And, getting that, it was very awkward. I feel like BBQ Dad at this point just are not in the game, don't have their heads in the game. Like, they're not scouting a lot of the, their backline or, scouting any of the corners, and they're just letting Meow Legions just run over them at this point, and this is going to get out of hand as we see all the ultimates being built up right here. We might see a Nano Blade in the next fight. Oh, as I say that.
Yeah, but the trade's 2 for 2, so it's a 4v4 in the fight. Resurrect is there. However, onto Audacity, as the counter Resurrect comes through as well, so they're even in this fight, but they're still losing players. Meow Legion is there. Gonna commit the Blade though. Takes the first down before Sleep Dark can come through. Nano applied, allows them to get 2 in the air. Not able to get it, but almost. That's still a decent Nano Blade as they are finding the frags and possibly a very good pace.
Yeah, I think this is just the the closing right here. The grab is just to just slow down the ball. Nobody touches the cart, and just like that, I think that was a very, very interesting defense we've seen from the side of BBQ Dad. I talked about how they're good at attacking, and they just have to kind of imitate the same principles in defense, but that just looked like they were just not in sync at all. Like a lot of the times, like Flower being, both DPS being at the back line right there, that should have been an immediate call to just engage on the team in a 4v6 situation and get them off the card. But it looks like they went in too late. Nobody was tracking Flower at the back, and it was just a disaster for the side of BBQ Dads and doing a sloppy defense as they is. And now they have, Meow Legions have 2 minutes and 19 seconds to work with. Let's hope BBQ Dads are ready for this attack and just ready to just go gun blazing in and just clear off everybody from the side of Meow Legions as quickly as possible.
Yes, we will see a Pharah Widow on the defense. Two of my favorite heroes to see played. As in fact, you cannot get over that roof. That's not a thing you can do, homie. But yeah, we are getting ready here on the attack. I wonder if they're going to stay on this. They currently are hovering a Bastion sim comp. I wonder if the sim's to get out of spawn faster, but it's not really important. So my assumption is they're going to try to use the sim to teleport the Bastion around. Try a bit of misdirection.
I mean that usually works really well with King's Row. You could do that on top of the statue, but it should be interesting to see where they try to really locate this Bastion with this using the sim right here. Oh, look at Flower holding a really aggressive position on the Widow. He's at the backline. He's going to get some shots off.
Yeah, and he actually goes down that. McDoobie managed to remove him, so he's not going to get any shots off. They're going to teleport up top, but McDoobie's going to fall down. The rest of the team will come with them due to that, as they're going to manage to section off this Roadhog, however, and they're going to pump a lot of damage. It should be able to take him down. The Sleep Dart's actually going to negate their push onto him, but McDoobie's still set up in the back. The bench is all charged up as well. To the kills, and the point presence should allow BBQ Dads to get first down.
This was actually much faster of an attack than we've seen the Meow Legions do. So there is some hope right now for BBQ Dads, and I'm interested to see why Flower is still sticking to that Pharah. So that is very interesting. Despite having this sentry turret just shooting you out, Bastion that it is. So very interesting, hero choices from both sides, and we're still seeing the Genji. How do you feel about the Genji against this Bastion and the McCree? Because I think this is a very risky pick.
Yeah, I don't like it. Genji Doomfister, bad. Big thumbs down in my book. But they'll see what they're able to do. Bastion's going to be set up on the cart here with this kind of pseudo double shield.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, as one comes through, Flower tries to dive in, but who would have guessed the Bastion manages to take him down. The Gravitic Flux gets thrown on in. As they gotta find the kills, BBQ Dads are gonna continue to just move through streets.
Yeah, and very interesting. This almost reminds me of like the early seasons of Overwatch Junkertown, if you remember. Like just set up double shield, and go in with Bastion. This is just exactly it. And I'm looking at Raven to just land some of these really good nades. I think it really comes down to the anti-nades. If they could land it, this is a call to die.
Yes, they're going to try to collapse on the cart, and they do. Banship finally take down the Bastion, but they do manage to pocket some Mercy to allow the Resurrect to come on through. Dianabu's going to get a flight to somebody. I'm not actually sure who that ended up going down on, but the cart is going to continue to march forward, and the kills are going to continue to fill the kill feed, as this has been somehow working for BBQ Dads.
Yeah, very interesting. I think it shows this is really just to protect the precedent at this point. Running the McCree for the stuns. If the Bastion gets dove, you also have the Mercy for the Resurrect and the damage boost, and you have double shield to back it up. If anything goes wrong, you have the Immortality field. So this is just if you are Meow Legions right now, you have to somehow burn these cooldowns and then die.
Yeah, as the Bob gets thrown in. And the flank comes through from Audacity to allow the kills to come through. There's going to be a blade as well. Pin comes through, takes down Flower though, so no value comes out of that, and the kills are going to continue to come in for BBQ Dad. Shatter as well is going to hit a couple of people. They're going to just... I thought they were going to manage to kill those players, but they haven't been able to yet.
Yeah, because now look at this. This is going to get even harder and harder. You have the Bastion just setting up also, you have the Mercy if anything goes. So this is looking like, I don't think Meow Legions were expecting this at all. Even if they were, this is a hard comp to deal with. Like really hard comp to deal with. You have to extract a lot of cooldowns before you can delete the Bastion.
Yeah, as the Bastion is going to go down, they pit onto the car with the direct purpose to take him down. The Mercy goes down, so no resurrect, no sleep. They're almost mirroring, and this is a terrifying mirror to watch. I mean, this is this is scary. But the window's going to come through on the defense to help close this out as UD managed to pick up a triple at the end.
Yeah, Flower just sitting at the back right there, getting another kill. We got to talk about Sleep right here. This is a very aggressive Mercy player with 4 final blows so far, one of them being on the Bastion, a very crucial pick. And now we're seeing something totally different. Audacity on the Echo and McNooby on this, on this Widowmaker. So they're playing for more long range right here. They know there's an opposing Bastion, and they just want to get these picks to work it off. But they don't have a lot of times to work with right here. Only a minute.
Yeah, Flanky and Bob's going to come through, going to be in the back, so it's going to require some resources to take him down there. Bastion's going to be the one to follow, though. Flower taking out the attacking side of BBQ. Bob's has swapped off of the Bastion, however, as the Flux is going to get thrown on in, trying to throw anybody up, slam them down, manages to find one, as the offensive side is being forced back and forced to reset.
Yeah, at this point, there's just not enough focus damage from the side of BBQ Dance to like really confirm these kills, and that's where things really get dicey. As you can see, Flower is just really going in, just sitting in front of everybody, shooting them down. The focus damage needs to be there. People need to die much faster, because remember, the defense spawns much, they spawn faster. They have less place to work, less space to travel. And it's just easier for them to regroup. So the kills have to be quick, precise, and very efficient.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this interesting wrap around the side here, trying to skirt the Bastion sight lines, make it a bit harder to get value. They're gonna try to drop on top to do something about it, but instead, yeah, still manages to get the opening pick, manages to find an angle and find a big enough opportunity. I don't think they're aware of where the Bastion is, and they have just set the Bastion up for even more success now. The Bastion is repositioned and is just going to gun them down. Bob gets thrown forward as well. That's going to zone out the area, and they're going to start to find the kills with the help of this whole hog, and this attack is kind of been halted here on 3rd point.
Yeah, that was a very interesting swap, or the rotation, because you don't really want to do that, because if the Bastion is staring you down and lasering you from your own spawn point, you can't even retreat. The only thing you can do is die, give them even more ultimates, and that's what exactly happened. As we're looking at that, right? Look at the time, it's already burnt down to below a minute. And when you look into time bank in comparison, 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So they need to make something happen right now. This is BBQ Dance's last call.
Yeah, the Duplicat's gonna come through from Audacity over onto a Roadhog. Then comes through, man, shake down Flower though. Flux gonna be there, gonna throw up once. I get the kill as well, and the attack finally finding the kills. McDoobie gets a couple of picks to allow the team to roll forward. 20 seconds left.
This will be interesting, because look at this. Flower is still on this Bastion. They're on 42 ultimates. If they can't clear this Bastion, I don't think they're going to take this point. Oh, no, high quality.
Bastion's on the high ground at a kind of awkward angle. And the Bob of the back's causing some issues. Shatter gets dropped, but so does Butch. And I think this is going to be it here. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch him. Meow Legion are... Well, there is a touch, but Meow Legion are looking like they will have taken the series 3-0. It was closer than I think some people would have expected, but they do manage to get the expected result in the end.
Yeah, Joe, and I think the biggest storyline right here is that Meow Legions were able to beat Barbecue Dads at their own game, running the Bastion on attack,
This last
replicating
match
a
was
defense. It was just something else. Hollywood was definitely a match to watch. A lot of things when a lot of unorthodox things were happening, and it's nice to see some of these changes come along. I think it's really nice to see some differences in Overwatch and stuff like that. So interesting enough, I think Barbecue Dad definitely have a lot of potential coming in. It's they have the single talent, they have they have the talent pool, and they know they have the synergy, but it's just a lot of things are just not connecting. I think communication is something that could be better. A lot of the time, scoutings, different calls and scoutings were not being made. It looks like a lot of the players were slipping in different corners on off angles that were not being called out, and they got punished for it because Meow Legions were basically punishing Barbecue Dads the entire time for that. So it's very interesting to see how that was going through. I think this is a learning experience for Barbecue Dads playing against Meow Legions. And congrats to Meow Legions for doing what they did, doing the best, actually beating Barbecue Dads in their old game in the last match, running that Bastion. It was fun to watch. But it's, now it really comes down to, can Meow Legions keep up with all the other high seeding teams that we're seeing in the leaderboard? Because Barbecue Dads, yes, they're pretty decent, but they're not up to the competition of all the other teams that we've seen so far are at the top of the leaderboard. So if Meow Legions, keep up the good work and just don't play with their food too much, and actually try to focus and end the game as quickly as possible, I think that discipline, that seriousness could really take them far in this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. As I think that is gonna be it from us. We do have another game later today, however. At 10 p.m., we will have one more match of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we will. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese versus Evfrost. It's gonna be Acronator and Razorblade on the cast there. Two great casters. Go make sure to check out that game later today. But that's gonna be it for us today. Thank you all for watching today's match. Once again, I was Joe Razor, joined here by Sai, and then the production booth, handling all the production stuff, doing a great job, is Sam, and we hope to see you later.
for you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I stayed. I'm a pretty boss with all my shit brain waves. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got clouds.